I'm Caitlin Hatch with Nourished Somatics. Today's video will be on the arch and flatten. It's the first movement you will learn when starting your somatic journey. It will help you to start bringing awareness into the muscles of the back and the front of the body. The human body was designed to start movement from the core, from your center, and to let that movement flow out to your extremities. If we are chronically tight or contracted in the front or the back of the body, you'll be less efficient in the way you move throughout the day. So with the arch and flatten, we will learn to start releasing the chronic contractions in the front of our body or in the back of our body so that we can start remembering how to move more efficiently throughout our day. So I invite you to join me on the mat. You can lie down on the floor. And we'll just tune into our breathing here for a moment. If you watch my other video, we start with a soma scan with every practice, and then moving into the arch and flatten to start lengthening and releasing the muscles of the front and the back of the body. But we'll start with our breath. You can go ahead and place one hand on your low belly and one hand on your upper chest. Just noticing where the breath is coming into your body. And then drawing one foot up as you drag your foot on the outside edge, and then dragging the other foot on the outside edge. This is a gentler, more easy way to bring your feet up to bent knees without doing too much tightening of your low back. As you breathe, notice where the breath is coming into your body and start directing that breath into your low belly. And if you take a nice big belly breath, notice if you feel a little bit of a contraction or arch happening in your back. And if you don't sense that, that's okay. We're just starting to bring awareness into the body. And this time, intentionally, breathing into the belly, can you go ahead and roll the pelvis forward down toward your feet so your tailbone gently presses into the mat, creating a small arch in the lower back, and then slow motion release. Pausing at neutral, making sure you've turned everything off. You've let go of all the muscles you can let go of. And then again, inhale, rolling the pelvis forward, which helps arch your lower back, arch your middle back, arch your upper back, and notice, does your chin want to come down toward the chest? You might even sense that the front of your body is getting long, so your hands might be moving away from each other. So as the back of the body is shortening, the front of the body is getting longer. And then slow motion release, letting the front of the body stay soft. We don't want to use the belly muscles to push our back down. We just want to let the back float very gently, letting gravity help do the work, coming back to neutral. Pausing there. You might even slide one hand under your back and just notice, what does that space feel like between your low back and the ground? Is there a big arch when you're in your place of rest, or is it closer to the ground? Just getting a little bit of an idea of where your natural arch is in your back. And then again, inhale, rolling that pelvis forward. You can imagine having a bowl of water on your pubic bone. You might be spilling a couple of drops of water down toward your feet. The back arches, the shoulders might even weight themselves gently into the mat, and the chin tips down toward the chest. Pause here at the top. Take a nice breath into the chest. Can you lengthen the chest a little bit more just with your breath, maybe 1% more. And then slow motion from the center. Allow the back to start melting all the way back. We're pandiculating the muscles of the back of the body, that green light reflex that many of us are triggering all day long, which causes us to contract the muscles of our back to keep us go, 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 go all day long. And we don't often remember that we can let those muscles release when we're no longer needing to use them. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, rolling the pelvis forward. The chin comes down toward the chest. We're reminding the body what the most efficient way to move with this movement is. If you find yourself wanting to lift your head up toward the ceiling in the arch, that's okay. Just notice that that's what your pattern is, and that's what your body is used to doing. But can you allow the chin to come down toward your chest if that's what's happening, and explore what that feels like? And then coming back to center. Center can also be interchanged with the word rest. We want to pause once we've let go so that the brain can integrate all the learning that it just did on the release. So we're only going into the contraction of the arch to wake our brain back up, to start paying attention to the muscles of the back of the body, so that on the release, that's where the brain is learning something new. That's where the magic happens. It's gentle, it's safe, it's easy, but the brain is doing a lot of work. And then we want to rest after that release, just to let the brain have time to integrate what it just has done. So it's nice to take a pause here before we move on to the flatten part of the movement. So now we're going to be engaging the muscles of the front of the body so that the back of the body can get long. So inhale here at neutral, and as you exhale, sink the belly, sink the rib cage, sink the sternum. The pelvis rolls up toward the head, and the head rolls up toward the ceiling. If you have your hands on your body again, you might find that your hands are now coming closer together as the muscles of the front of the body contract. Notice how the back of the body is getting long. And slow motion release. Coming back to center. Turning everything off. Pausing there. And again, inhale here at neutral, and as you exhale, sink the belly down toward the ground. The sternum and the pubic bone will start to come closer together as the abdominal muscles start to contract. Let the head be soft, and it naturally will just start to lift up toward the ceiling, kind of being dragged along for the ride. The pelvis is rolled up and the head has rolled up. And then slow motion release. Coming back to center. And again, turn everything off here. And one more time, inhaling here at neutral. And exhale, sink the belly, sink the ribs, sink the sternum. That bowl of water might now be tipping in the opposite direction to spill a couple drops of water onto your belly. The head tips up. Stop here at the top. Take a beautiful breath into the back of your body. Does that allow you to lengthen the back a little bit more? Ask yourself, are your glute muscles turned on, or can you let those go? And then slow motion release. We just want to be using the muscles of the front of the body and let the back of the body be soft and long and supple. Turning everything off. What's the last thing that lets go for you? We've pendiculated now the muscles of the front of the body in order to let them release. And now you'll be ready to move on to your next movement. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time.